Saram students, today let us continue with the revision of history. Lesson number 4, what books and burials tell us. Children, today in this lesson we shall revise about words to describe people and about silent sentinels, the story of the megaliths. Now children, let us revise the first topic, that is about the words to describe people. Children, we know that there are several ways of describing people. That is in terms of the work they do, the language they speak, the place they belong to, and in terms of their family, communities and cultural practices. And children, how many groups of people are described in terms of their work? There are two groups of people who are described in terms of their work. They are the priests, who are sometimes called as Brahmins, and they performed various rituals, and the Rajas. These Rajas, they did not have capital cities, and they did not have palaces or armies, nor did they collect any taxes, and their sons, they did not automatically succeed their fathers as Rajas. So these are the two groups of people that are described in terms of their work in the Rig Veda. And children, which two words were used to describe the people or the community as a whole? One was the word Jana, which we still use in Hindi and in other languages. And the other word was Vish. The word Vaishya, it comes from the word Vish. And several Vish or Jana, they are mentioned by name. So we also find reference to the Purujana or Vish, the Bharatajana or Vish, the Yadujana or Vish, and so on. And children, who were the Aryas and the Dasas? Sometimes the people who composed the hymns, they described themselves as Aryas, and they called their opponents as Dasas or Dasyus. And these Dasas or Dasyus, these were the people who did not perform sacrifices and probably spoke different languages. And later the term Dasa and the feminine Dasi, what did they mean? They came to mean slave. And these slaves, they were women and men who were often captured in war. And how were these slaves treated? These slaves, they were treated as the property of their owners, who could make them do whatever work they wanted. Now children, let us revise the next topic, silent sentinels, that is about the story of the megaliths. Children, here you can see the image of the stone boulders. And what are they known as? They are known as megaliths. Children, megaliths, they literally mean big stones. And these were carefully arranged by the people. Why were they carefully arranged by the people? They were carefully arranged by the people because they were used to mark burial sites. So children, what are megaliths? Stone boulders that are used to mark burial sites, they are known as megaliths. And when did the practice of erecting megaliths begin? The practice of erecting megaliths, it began about 3000 years ago. And where was the practice of erecting megaliths prevalent? It was prevalent throughout the Deccan, South India, in the northeast and in Kashmir. Children, here you can see an image. This type of megalith, what is it known as? It is known as a cyst. And some cysts, like the one that is shown here, what do they have? They have portholes. And these portholes, they could be used as an entrance. And children, some important megalithic sites, they are shown in the map too. That is given on page number 13. Children, we have learnt about Paleolithic sites, Neolithic sites, megalithic sites, early village, and about modern cities. So children, here we can see megalithic sites, that is Brahmagiri and Adi Channalur. While some megaliths, they can be seen on the surface. other megalithic burials, they are often underground. And children, sometimes the archaeologists, they find a circle of stone boulders or a single large stone standing on the ground. So, what do circle of stone boulders or a single large stone standing on the ground indicate? These are the only indications that there are burials beneath. And children, all these burials, they have some common features. That is, generally the dead, they were buried with distinctive pots, and these distinctive pots, they are called as black and red ware, and the tools and weapons of iron, and sometimes the skeletons of horses, horse equipment and ornaments of stone and gold, they are also found in the burial sites. Children, here you can see the images. You can see the iron equipment that is found from the megalithic burials, and on the left top you can see the horse equipment, and on the left below you can see axes, and below you can see a dagger. Now children, let's discuss. In what ways do you think that the life of a Raja was different from that of a Dasa or Dasi? The life of Raja was different from that of a Dasa or Dasi in following manner. Raja was a powerful leader who used to rule, while Dasa or Dasi are captured slaves who used to serve their masters. And Raja can perform sacrifices, while Dasa or Dasis could not. And Raja was a free man, while Dasa or Dasis have to do what their masters said. So children, in this way, the life of a Raja was different from that of a Dasa or Dasi. Now children, let us discuss short notes on megaliths. Megaliths are stone boulders that are used to mark burial sites. They were prevalent around 3000 years ago in the Deccan, South India, in the Northeast and Kashmir. And some megaliths, they are seen on surface and some are underground. And sometimes a circle of stone boulders or a single large stone is found standing on the ground to indicate the position of burials. Now children, let's have a quiz. Multiple choice questions. First one. Black and red ware are words used for dash that were buried with the dead. A. Pots. B. Tools. C. Weapons. What's the correct option? Correct. A. Pots. Black and red ware are words used for pots that were buried with the dead. Second one. Dash were captured during war. A. Kings. B. Slaves. C. Masters. What's the correct option? Correct. B. Slaves. Slaves were captured during war. Now children, state whether the following statements are true or false. First one. Sons automatically succeeded fathers as Rajas. A. True. B. False. What's the correct option? Correct. B. False. Second one. Megaliths were used to mark burial sites. A. True. B. False. What's the correct option? Correct. A. True. Third one. Stone boulders used for marking burial sites are called megaliths. A. True. B. False. What's the correct answer? Yes. A. True. Now children, let's do match the following. Column A. First one. Sukta. Second one. Chariots. Third one. Yagya. Fourth one. Dasa. Fifth one. Megalith. Now children, let us read column B. A. Stone boulder. B. Sacrifice. C. Well said. D. Used in battles. E. Slave. Now children, let's match column A with column B. First one, Sukta. What's the correct option? Correct. C. Well said. Second one, Chariots. What's the correct answer? Correct. Used in battles. So we'll write second one as D. Third one, Yajna. What's the correct option? Correct. B. Sacrifice. So we'll write third one as B. Fourth one, Dasa. What's the correct answer? Correct. Slave. So fourth one we will write it as E. Fifth one, Megalith. What's the correct answer? Correct. A. Stone boulder. So fifth one we'll write it as A. So children, today we have done part 3 revision of history lesson number 4. We shall continue with the revision of this lesson in our next class. Till then, goodbye children.